All right, this is the center of what's it called? United Nations. Not the one you have in mind anyway. So I'm here to, well, we're going to talk about the history. When you're going through the center, you would never believe that there are that many people here. But the fact is that there are so many people, and so you have the bus here, and the bus goes to, I don't know, Nueva Guinea, which is like 30 kilometers away. And what you see is that because this is a really remote area, you've got horses, well, yeah, horses or donkey, and well, these are normal, and then you've got gallinas, chicken. So what tends to happen in a place like this is that most people live remotely, and there's no garbage collection, so there's garbage, and then they park there. It's just like a horse parking area, corral they're called, and most of those what you see is that it's just I wouldn't say it's remote, yeah, but people then ride their horses up the hill to go home. And yeah, it's a permanent form of transportation here, because the roads are not that great, and people don't even have the means, even if they wanted to build to buy a car. It's just, even if you were to buy a car, you need to buy a 4x4, which is a bit more expensive. So if not, you just have to deal with what you have, a horse. And most of these horses or donkeys are resilient. They're very, they're not like the fancy Frisian horses or, Arabian horses that are expensive. So, yeah. Anyway. ¿Cuánto vale eso? 20. Deme dos, por favor. All right, so spending money, buying, whatever. Anyway, so the population here, what you see is you don't see a lot of people on the streets, but there are almost 80,000 people here, and there are a lot of people queuing for the drinks here. I wanted to go and buy some, but there isn't. So these type of military trucks that you see here are the ones that are used for transportation. So people just climb onto the back, and then you go to wherever you need to go. So I just bought this. Like, these are, well, what's it called? Palomitas? Popcorns? Only 20 pesos. Yeah. Anyway, so the area here is what I've noticed anyway. So first impression is that a lot of the people live in remote areas. There is limited work. So what most people tend to do is just to work as in the farm, or if you have other means. Others have left the area to go to Managua to work, and once they're able to make a bit of money, they send it back here, probably build a house, and come back, get married, the usual thing you do the older you get. Anyway, more horses tied down. Something I've noticed about Nicaraguan horses is that there are a lot of horses that are just tied along the road, and it's not a big deal here. People just don't steal them. In Costa Rica, people are like, horse, they'll steal it. Even when you go to a horse festival, there have been cases where people go to horse festival or horse fairs, like the ones in goods here being exchanged and sent to wherever it needs to go. Anyway, so a lot of cattle thieves in you hear on the news that a lot of people actually do that in Costa Rica, but here there are a lot of horses, and he said hi to me, which I think is very interesting. I'll get to that in a minute. All right, we're close to Bluefields. Bluefields is an hour away anyway, so the story I was getting at was that a lot of the people, there are a lot of horses around here, and I would imagine people do steal. You know, it's a human nature to steal things that doesn't belong to you, but most of them are just tied on the side of the road and they just stay there. We've been to Ometepe Island, and it's the same thing. So. Let me see if they sell fresco here. I'm not sure. Yeah, let me see if I can get one. Buenas. ¿Tienen fresco aquí?
Sí,
¿Coca-Cola o
hay coca, hay fresca y hay pan.
Fanta? ¿Cuánto?
26.
All right, so let's buy some Coca-Cola because that's all I need. More sugar. Need to pay for that. So. All right. All right. The reason why, it's not unusual to hear people speak English here, especially the closer you are to Bluefield. So that's one thing. Let me get my drink and put it in my pocket. This is Gracias. All right. So. And for example, this little horse here is carrying milk. So that is there's a lot of milk production here because of the cattle thing that they have going here. Anyway, so the story of United Nations. I don't know where the name comes from, and but anyway, the whole municipality, if you call it like that, started in the 60s, late 50s, early 60s, when people started to move here. And the strange thing about the migration is not mostly indigenous people have been around, but probably not established a sort of a township. And the town that was later established was called United Nations. I'm not sure if it's because people from different tribes moved here, probably, who knows. But anyway, it's all agricultural based, and citric fruits like oranges, lemon, lime, and all that are really popular here. And most would probably go to Managua because that's where the big population is, and if you want to sell anything worthwhile you need to go there. So yeah, it's an interesting little town, but it's just like the town center where it connects a lot of people to other areas. There is a church there because there's a cross in front of it. Oh, it's hot. Yeah. There's a church here, this one here, and then there's another one here just next to it. Oh, this is a Catholic church, and so I would take it the other one is a Protestant church. You get a lot of that here, by the way. I wonder why some of these trucks have been converted to like bus transportation, and you would understand why, because you have almost 80,000 people here, so it's not unusual. It wouldn't be abnormal because of the amount of people and the conditions of the roads. So you really do need to get you need to have a means of transportation to get people from the center to other parts of town. I don't know why there are a lot of people here. It seems like the main store around the city, so. Oh, let me go and get another drink here. So something else you see a lot in Nicaragua, like what we just saw earlier on, is a lot of people selling meat, raw meat, just on the table in the open air, and you know, it's just the way things are. I don't know about hygiene level and the implications of that, but it's just it's everywhere in the open market. You go to Masaya, you see the same thing. The only time you see something different is when you go to supermarkets, big chain supermarkets. But in the market or in small towns, it's always open raw meat or fish.